hey, I'm on a 2-lot subdivision where we've got 2 renos side by side. This house here doesn't need a consent for the work we're doing inside. This one does. Let's talk about why a renovation would need a consent, what it triggers, how you go through that process. Let's jump inside and have a look. First things first, you should read this document from building.govt.nz about building that does or does not require consent. Basically, under the building code, Schedule 1 allows you to replace or repair anything existing on your house if you replace it like for like. For example, over there is a broken window. We're going to fix that window with a timber window, like for like replacement. Does not need a consent. We're going to repaint all the walls, does not need a consent. We are going to reline this bathroom with new bathroom fittings and fixtures. But we're putting everything back in the same space and layout using the existing plumbing, does not need a consent. Over here in the kitchen, we are replacing the bench top, but we're not putting in any new plumbing. We're not moving any plumbing, does not need a consent. We're not touching any load-bearing walls, we're not moving any windows, we're not touching anything in the exterior, we're not touching the roof. Does not need a consent. We were thinking of moving this wall. We jumped up on the roof. It's got load bearing on this side and this side. That would need a consent. We decided that we don't want to do a consent just for that one thing. So we're going to cover this up, put it back to normal. Does not need a consent. And is that where the rain tank's going? How long is it going to take to do these baseboards? As you know from our recent videos, the front house, we want to knock this wall out and we want to knock this wall out and we want to put some French doors over there. That will require consent. Basically, as soon as you start altering the structure or you touch the building envelope, basically any work that's not maintenance or replacing like for like, most likely is going to need a consent. We're going to have to put a load-bearing beam in the roof there, one there. We're cutting a hole in the weatherboard over there, putting a lintel in. All those things are examples of jobs that require consent. If you wanted to put a fireplace in, if you wanted to move your bathroom, that would need consent. Basically, any work that would alter the structure of the house or any large deviations from the original plans. For example, moving the kitchen from there to there technically needs a consent because we're moving the plumbing. Luckily, I've got a consent in my hands and we have had the engineer, we've got a design, we've submitted it to council and we're following a plan. So now that we've talked about jobs that don't require consent, jobs that do require consent, this is the perfect time to talk about why you would go one way or the other. Let's use these two houses as an example. The back house, there's one small job that we wanted to do. We wanted to knock out a wall, but it wasn't going to make a massive difference to the way that the people lived in the house. It was going to be a disproportionate amount of work. It was not going to give bang for buck. So you're going to add cost and a hassle to the process without getting a massive gain. In this house here, we want to make the bathroom bigger, we want to make the lounge, kitchen, dining bigger, we want to put a French door out onto a deck. Because this house has been taken from another site, all of those alterations make sense on its new site. It's going to make a massive difference to the way people live in the house. I think as well, given the fact that this house is being recycled, you can afford to do more work and make a bigger difference. Anyway, it's time for Smoko. Go on, join the mailing list, nzbuilder.co.nz/SmokoChat. See you there.